dear excellencies, dear participants, dear friends. Let me begin by thanking the city of Vienna for such a warm welcome. Last time I was here, it was at the Gay Pride, and I was standing at on the stage with President van der Bellen, and I think also with the mayor of Vienna, with Mr. Ludwig, and we were together singing Vienna Calling. Who would say that today I will be here singing with the children, Darling, Stay by Me? I think that we all need to sing more of these positive songs, and it's already positive that we gathered here. Thank you for organizing such a great event. 200 speakers. I think it will be a collective wisdom which will deliver on some solutions which we desperately need. Because all the topics you will be discussing here, and all the topics which are indeed on my official plate, are absolutely key to be discussed and to find the new ways of protecting them. Speaking about threats to our values like democracy, fundamental rights, the rule of law. I have some already long memory. I came to the Commission in 2014, and I remember my speeches from those days. It was always like must to be said phrases. Yes, we have to protect democracy. And what it meant, as if the words did not have content. And now they do have it, because we are under big pressure. Our democracy is under permanent stress test. And that's why we have to discuss about the values like democracy, rule of law, and fundamental rights with a big impetus or emphasis on the content of what it means for the citizens. If I may use the word for the ordinary people, I am also an ordinary person. I mean it in the way that these discussions should always focus on how the people live in Europe and what are their everyday worries. And there are a lot of them. Ladies and gentlemen, just count with me. Multiple crises, started with financial crisis, migration, terrorist attacks, a very difficult time which came with COVID, now the war in Ukraine and the Gaza conflict, or the conflict in the Middle East. I would say that the crises are piling up, and so to live in these days' reality for the citizens of the EU, it's a bitter cocktail to drink. And the people want to hear realistic solutions. They don't want to hear phrases or noble words. And I think that instead of lamenting that there are extremists and populists and nationalists and chauvinists and I don't know who else, that they are getting more and more ground and more support, we should ourselves, and when I say we, I am a liberal democrat, but I think that we, the Democrats, true Democrats, we should think about whether we guarantee that democracy still works for the people. I always like to quote Václav Havel, the Czechoslovak and later Czech president, who said that democracy is so difficult to keep and protect for those who mean it seriously, and so easy for those who want to abuse it. So this is what we should have in mind. Indeed, as Ms. Sirpa Raucio, and I want to congratulate her for her appointment, I think that Fundamental Rights Agency will be in very good hands. So what she said before, she remembered a number of elections in the EU member states, also European elections coming in June. There is a lot of vibrations now in Brussels and Strasbourg already. We are already really approaching the campaign time. And the closer the elections are coming, the more we realize that to organize free and fair elections these days, it's not a business as usual, because we have some new threats which might cause that political campaigns will not be fair competition of real people, of the visions, of ideas. But it might be just a competition of who can use more dirty, manipulative methods. That's why I am coming now to the member states, and it's also the reason why I am in Vienna next to speaking in this important event. I am coming to our member states to discuss with the relevant authorities, with the ministers, with the NGOs, with the media, about how to protect the electoral campaigns. And again, I am a liberal democrat. I would love us to win the elections, but my job of the commissioner responsible for values is that there is fair competition. And where I see the threats, foreign interference in democratic processes, cyber attacks, and disinformation and information manipulation campaigns, sometimes I say that what we see is disinformation on steroids, because now the AI is being used also to falsify the reality, and we believe that there must be done a lot of concrete measures against that. In January, we received some reports on the influence of disinformation and especially Russian propaganda, which is of course accelerating after the invasion of Russia to Ukraine. For instance, the German Federal Foreign Office found that Russia has used more than 50,000 fake accounts on X, sending more than 1 million tweets in order to manipulate public opinion in Germany. And in February, a similar campaign has been detected by French authorities. Ladies and gentlemen, this is serious. And without full understanding that we appear in the middle of the information war, which Russia started already in 2014, we would just continue to be innocent, easy targets. This must not happen. So what to do against that? Our concept is quite, not simple, but very clear. We want the broad reaction of the society. Indeed, we have new laws at European level. Digital Services Act, which wants Facebook and other big ones to moderate the content. Without censoring opinions. We speak about facts-checking, facts, not opinions. We still have, of course, freedom of speech as a main principle. We have the AI Act now, which speaks clear language about labeling AI, including deepfakes. People should see the clear message. This face is not Jourová. It's her alter ego. It's her AI face. We want the people to understand that what they read online is paid by some political party to influence their political decision-making in the elections. So we have the laws at this moment, but at the same time, we want broad societal response because fact-checking and professional work of media is absolutely indispensable in the political campaigns. Otherwise, we will end in the situation when the elections will not be free and fair anymore, and I think it will be the end of democracy. What we don't want in our concept of protecting our information space and political campaigns, to have any single body, any single person, any single authority to have the power to say, this is the truth and this is the lie. That's why I speak about broad reaction, fact-checking, and enabling the people, the citizens, the voters, to make autonomous, well-informed choice. Ladies and gentlemen, it's important that we all do our job there. I promise in the remaining time in the Commission, I will travel around the member states and try to make a good synergy with the national authorities, because if we will see failure in guaranteeing this free electoral process in 1 or 2 member states, it will have fatal impact on the whole European Union, and also on the European Union's collective ability to do the proper things against the aggressor. I have to end up with aggression, because we see it in Ukraine continuing, and if Putin wants something to convince the people that it's a good thing to stop support for Ukraine, and Putin wants to do it through our democratic process. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's work together. I am really happy that I was given a chance to have this speech here and to meet many of you who I was meeting over many years in the past. Darling, stay by me. Thank you very much.